She got my ribbon in the sky. Everybody is but we shine in the night. Do the night so fine in the night. Let me see it, give it. Let it flow like a mermaid underwater. Here we go, can you feel taking over? Flip mode with the law, take the order. Easy, take it to the left, shake it like some ice. Let me go, baby, you be kryptonite. Shake it to the left, take it to the right. On your own run, nobody know the price. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. Yeah.
February is Black History Month, and we want to acknowledge and honor those athletes that have made a difference through their actions to support equality in the league.
So we went back and selected a few of our biographical segments from the Respect Your OG series, and we'll be running them through the month. This week, here's the story of Elgin Baylor.
On the floor for the visiting Atlanta Hawks. At shooting guard, Kevin Matson. At forward.
Greetings, it's 2K, and we've got just enough.
Thanks, Brian.
Boy, Allie, wouldn't that be something? Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Danilo Gallinari.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Now Atlanta's starting five. Young and Herder, the 1 and the 2. Collins at the 4 with Capella at center. And it's Hunter in at the 3. And for the Mavericks, Finney Smith at small forward with Porzingis at the 4. Jalen Brunson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Powell in at the 5 spot. So it's the Mavericks now. The Hawks getting their last shot to go. Powell finds Brunson. 5 to shoot. From deep, here's Doncic. On target from range. And Grant, as you watch the league since you retired, what do you think is the biggest change?
Well, you started to see the three-point boom change towards the end of my career. And, of course, also how centers are used is probably the biggest change of them all.
Pass to Capella. And it's Capella with the jam.
Someone's open. Trae Young scanning and finds him.
Doncic outside. Now Porzingis. Collins defending. Back to Porzingis. Doncic outside. There's the 3. Porzingis passes to Powell. And here's Doncic. Drains the triple. Doncic has got 6.
Because opponents have to respect his passing so much, a lot of times the three-pointer is there for Doncic if he wants it.
The ball's knocked loose, and it's stolen by Finney Smith. Doncic against Young. The 3 ball. Another 3 for Dallas. And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And Grant, after a training camp invite back in 2016, undrafted rookie Dorian Finney-Smith making the Mavs roster. It was a big deal. They saw a 3-and-D potential in this young guy.
Well, the effort and tenacity have been there from the beginning. And now the shot is coming along, too.
Now here's Doncic. What a tremendous game he played against Philadelphia.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Here's Young. 4-point game. Down low. Here's Collins. Kept alive. Here's Capella. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Hawks, Clint Capella. At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good.
A popular phrase in the NBA circles has become rim runner. Basically, centers that live in the paint on both ends of the floor, guys who rack up rebounds and easy buckets. Clint Capella might be the best in the league at rim running.
Second free throw, no good. Well, when you look at the numbers of Capella, Grant, you see a guy who knows his role.
I love it. I mean, Clint never attempts threes. He's not looking to stretch the floor. A career 60+% shooter, Clint lives on dunks and putbacks, and he's always among the league leaders in rebounding. He's just a force down low.
Doncic against Young. And he's going for the lob! And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
That one on Doncic.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Mavericks.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range to this point. Always nice to start out like that.
I'm loving the ping-pong action of the ball tonight. A decent number of assists so far.
Good on the second one.
And Capella's journey to the NBA. Born in Switzerland, school in France, a project in 2014, and 90 minutes in just his first season, DA.
Doncic, no good. The Hawks trailing. Inside, here's
Oh, man!
Oh!
What a dunker this guy is. Collins capable of bringing this crowd out of their seats.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. Powell passes to Porzingis. Doncic outside. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Here's Young. Banked it in off the glass. Young's got his second basket of the night.
Great to watch Trae Young set plays up on a nightly basis.
Doncic against Young. From the arc. And Doncic with the 3. Doncic has got 19.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. And the tremendous confidence of Luka Doncic. Part of what makes him special, I think. What comes first, you think, Grant? The talent or the swagger?
Wow, tough question, BA. I think it's the talent. When you have great talent, then you have swagger. And you have to remember, I mean, he played professional in Europe at the age of 16. So he may be young, but he's well seasoned. And he's been at this for a long time.
And a new group getting ready for the Mavericks. Kleba, he's checked in for Powell. Brown comes in for Kristaps Porzingis. Bullock, he's checked in for Finney Smith. And Green is subbed in for Brunson. Count that bucket.
I just think anytime Trae Young finds some daylight, he starts to think about looking towards the rim.
From deep, here's Doncic. And the Mavericks, another 3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Outside Bogdanovich. And there's the lob. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Here we go, one-on-one. Pass to Bullock. Doncic against Young. Launches a 3. Nails it from 3. He's got 25.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Here's Okongwu. Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Capella. He's off on that one. And it's Dallas the other way. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Last time these teams met up, they practically got run over. But to be fair, they took issue with some of the calls they were handed.
Yeah, they wound up with a lot of foul trouble, but that's on them. The officials were calling it tight, and they never really adjusted. They kept committing fouls, kept complaining, and the game kept getting out of control.
And here's Doncic outside. Knocks down the triple. Doncic has got 28.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything.
Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story for the Mavericks. He was dominant this quarter, scoring in bunches. We'll be back in a moment. And Kristaps Porzingis, an all-star in 2018, he talked about his summertime work to get back to that level.
Just getting in that weight room and living in there, basically, doing what I need to do. And
Grant, you see the work he's put in to strengthen his frame.
I mean, he really has, B.A. At 7'3", tremendous length. Putting on that suit of armor, so to speak, can help him withstand the rigors of this game.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Well, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
We've got Maxi Kleber. Reggie Bullock is out there with Green, and it's Ntilikina in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Now here's Wright. The 3 is up. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Bogdanovich. Williams has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Time called here. The Mavericks decide to talk it over. As a Rookie of the Year award winner yourself, Grant, what do you see as the biggest challenge facing today's rookies?
I honestly think with all the information and expectations, the hardest thing for young players today is meeting those expectations because of all the great rookies who've come before and gone on and had success right away. That pressure, a lot of times, can be a lot for a young player entering the league.
Luka Doncic is checked in for Kleber. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks.
Atlanta ball.
And the upcoming schedule for the Atlanta Hawks. On Tuesday, they head back home to host the Indiana Pacers. Then on Friday, they'll defend the home court against the San Antonio Spurs.
In that game against the Cavaliers,
and coach is sure it should be going the other way. He's challenging the out-of-bounds violation.
This call is all about viewing perspective. A lot of times a coach may have a better view of this call than the official. It's really just a matter of where the action takes place on the court.
Hey, when you're on the bench and see what looks like an obvious mistake on this call, you almost have to challenge. No matter when it comes in the game, you don't want to surrender any possessions. And the ruling has been made. They're going to uphold the original call on the out-of-bounds violation.
And as a coach, it stings to lose a timeout on a failed challenge. But it's a risk worth taking to make absolutely sure that you're not going to lose a possession on a blown call.
So a moment now to see the story for Reggie Bullock.
And by looking at his true shooting percentage over the last 5 games, you can see how much he's paying attention to his shot selection. And it's showing.
To the middle. Here's Okongwu. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. And the three-pointer goes.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well. And he says he needs to improve his game in a lot of areas. But you ask me, Luka Doncic.
As an athlete, you can never stop learning about the history of the game you play. It's about knowing who came before you and knowing what they did to change the sport and change so much else too. When you talk about the guys like that in basketball, one OG who I think doesn't get enough recognition is Elgin Baylor. Elgin grew up in Washington, D.C. in the 40s and the 50s, back when the city was still segregated. But Elgin could play basketball, and boy was he a star. Ended up far away going to college in the Pacific Northwest, becoming college basketball's best player. The Minneapolis Lakers drafted him with the #1 overall pick in 1958. They were one of the
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The commute in full swing as we get set for basketball here in the San Francisco Bay. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Kemba Walker.
And looking at his offensive numbers.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Last year, COVID presented a lot of challenges. The Raptors, for one, played the whole season in Tampa. Their star, Fred VanVleet, said,
I know, David, it's a pleasure working with you. Thanks for that one. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. In the forward positions, Barrett and Randall. Fournier out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Noel in at the 5. And for Golden State, sharing the wing spots, it's Thompson and Wiggins. Looney out there with Otto Porter Jr. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. And that one, good. And Greg, at this point in the year, if your system overall doesn't seem to be working, how much can you really change before the offseason?
Well, usually a system change.
Oh, and he drills it! He drills it!
Can you say rain? Can you say rain?
Fournier pass to Walker. Barrett wide open, he fires. And they come right back with their own three-pointers.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game. But you can see why after that sequence.
Right on the bucket.
Now, this is what you get from Steph. I mean, he can put the ball on the floor and create his own shot from just about anywhere.
And Walker kicks to Randall. From the line, the shot's good on the assist by Walker. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Fournier against Thompson. For the three. Another three for Golden State.
Always going to find Thompson among the leaders in three-point percentage. That's the shot they want him to take.
And whether he's the lone star or playing alongside other stars, Walker puts up numbers.
Well, Greg, that's what makes him so valuable. He can blend in, get the points within the flow of the offense, or just completely take over himself.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Thompson misses. For New York, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Randall with the bucket.
The brutal strength of Randall, allowing him to finish right there through clear contact.
Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. On its way from Curry for 2. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Golden State's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Puts up a 3. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Randall. Another shot. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points. Randall's got 6 points.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around.
Oh, what a shot! Where he shot that from? Did you see where he shot that from?
Oh, Sewell. Wow.
Crazy.
And the pass to Noel. And Noel throws it down.
Efficiency. I mean, that's an area where Walker has improved. No need to force it. Keep your eyes up. Make the right basketball play.
Curry fires from way outside. And it's Noel with the rebound. For New York, they've gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. And Stephen Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Bielitsa, who's checked in for Looney. And then for New York, Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Noel. And it's Burks in for Kemba Walker. And Barrett gets it to go. Barrett's got his second basket.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
It's Curry outside. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
The defense a step slow. If we can see the results.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. They could.
In 1959, the Lakers were playing an exhibition game in Charleston.